I'm 7 years old in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I'm living in a little apartment. My mom is calling me downstairs. Gigi, vamos! It's time to go visit my grandfather. I pick up my 1-year-old in my lap like as if it was a cat, stumble down the stairs and take him to the little beetle that we were gonna travel to see my grandfather. He had all 4 parts dented. My father was well known for being a horrible driver. We get in, my mom starts complaining. This time, if my dad is drunk, we're leaving immediately. We're just gonna leave immediately. Do you understand? As soon as the car turns on, I start complaining to add to the argument. It smells like gas back here. Are we there yet? And my mom continues. You know what? If this time he brings his gun out, it's over. We're never going back. And I continue. You know, this 9-mile bridge is very long. What is going on? Are we there yet? It smells like dead fish here. And my mom continues. You know what? This is gonna be the last time we're going, if I say so. Do you understand? We're gonna be all in agreement with this, okay? And I keep complaining. Listen, when are we gonna be there? Can I sing now? Can I sing? Are we almost there? We finally get there. I practically jump off the window. I come out exasperated. I get to the gate and I start banging on the door. Open up, I'm here. My grandma opens this door and I duck down under her. I don't want any kisses. I don't want any hugs. I just want to see the 100-year turtle. She's right there eating the banana right in the front yard. I say, oi, Tatao. I look at the 2 big macaws on the big cages and I say, arara, arara. I jump out, turn around, go into the dining room, ducking all the 12 adults. I don't know who they are. I don't care. I need to see my grandfather. I get to his study room and he's there. I put my face through the door and I see him getting a swig of his cachaça. That is like a Brazilian rum. And he hides it. And he sees that I see what he's doing. And he looks at me and goes, Gigi. And I go like, I didn't say anything, I promise, I didn't say anything. And he says, promise you're not gonna say anything and I'll tell you a story. I'm like, sure. I go in his room, I sit down. The room is like absurd. It has bookshelves all the way to the top with all kinds of things, like books and shark teeth and knives and guns and sculptures from I don't know where. And there is the sound of a TV and a radio at the same time. You know, as a privileged little girl, I thought, now this is an artistic manifesto. And then he would start telling me the story. My favorite story, of course, was about his grandmother. He would say that his grandmother was the most beautiful woman that ever walked in the face of this earth. She was from the tribe of Coroados. Coroados was a tribe that used these crowns of feathers. They were all naked, completely painted in red, filled with adornments like necklaces and earrings. And they were warriors that never were okay with the colonizers. They had these bow and arrows, and they would kill about 12 white men at one single ambush. Now, my grandfather was a cowboy, some kind of sort of Lebanese-Portuguese mix. And he had a very fast horse. And with a lasso, he captures her one day, takes her home, and has a baby with her. That is my father's father, that eventually will get baptized and left by his mom. His mom goes back to the tribe. And guess what happens? She kidnaps the baby once a year. The baby is taken back from the village to the tribe because the mom wanted to see how the kid was growing up. Now I cannot imagine this little kid going through the woods and finding this tribe. Then what happened? Did he have to get painted in red to see his mom? Or did he see his mom with his clothes of end of 1800s? all these questions start coming to me much later in life. Like, for example, what it is to be picked up by a lasso. Does that mean what I think it means? Was she raped? Was she a prisoner? Or for 9 months, she got dressed like 1800 woman, painted in white, and planned her escape. Was she like thinking about what she was gonna do with this little baby? Did this little baby belong now to the colonizers and that's why she left him behind? Or did she thought that her tribe was gonna all perish anyway and wanted to save the baby? Was she confused about all this? All these questions, of course, weren't with me as a little girl. I was just looking with these bright eyes to my grandfather. I could see the Native American eyelids on his eyes blue with the face of a Native American, a confusing landscape of a Brazilian. And as he told me the story, he lit up his big cigar, looked out the window again, pet his little parrot, and explained that afterwards, this little boy grew up to be the most handsome boy in the whole village. And all the girls were fascinated by this man to the point that they would turn red like a little shrimp every time he passed by, and they would giggle and hide their faces. But of course, he fell in love with the one girl he shouldn't, the daughter of the most rich man in town, the owner of the hotel. When they figure out that this is happening, the father exiles this boy with his daughter to another town, a little farm. Now this boy was brought up like, a privileged man doing nothing. And this girl was a privileged woman. And now they had to learn to take care of a farm. They have 7 children, one of them my grandfather, which will then, every time I go over there to visit him, tell me these amazing stories of what it was to grow up on that little farm and grow up traveling all over Brazil in the army. It was amazing. And I think because he was telling me these stories, he never got in trouble again with my mom. I think telling me the stories calmed him down quite a bit. And I couldn't wait to go there again. So every year we went there. Even when I was in college here in DC, we kept going there. When I met my husband, I took him there. And when he met him, he said, "Oh my gosh, your grandfather is a pirate. He has a green parrot and he showed me his guns and knives and I'm very scared of him. I won't see you until we are done with this weekend." He was terrified. And then I brought my kids every year to see him. And to this day, I take them in this long journey on a 12-hour plane ride in a 3-hour car. And they complain the whole entire time. And then when they get there, they still see the turtle. The turtle is still there. I don't know how old the turtle is now. And then now, the parrot's still there. And they get to see that too. And I think when you come from a family of a lot of separation and exiles and a very complicated lineage, you have to go through a lot and travel very far to know where really you come from. So I'm grateful. Thank you.